What's up, everybody? It's your girl Rachel. We are back with Miss Kadian Powell. How are you, ma'am?
Hi, I'm doing great. Hi, everybody.
I brought her back on my show today because she has an awesome event that's coming up very, very soon, and we wanted to give y'all the deets about it. All right, so Miss Kadian, can you tell everybody about the Tea and Transformations event?
Yes. So, hi, everyone. As you know, I'm Kadian, the founder and president of Inspire Her Foundation, and we are hosting our second annual fundraiser called Tea and Transformation under the theme Collaboration Over Competition. Powerful, right? Yes, indeed. So, this event was really created by women for women as a way to inspire, motivate, and help women to transform their lives, right? And I always refer to the caterpillar butterfly effect. And as women, we tend to go through those phases where at one point we are a caterpillar, and then sometimes we have to cocoon ourselves. And then as time progressed during that cocoon phase, we end up transforming into a butterfly. Teen Transformation is that event for you. Essentially, it is a fundraiser um, aimed to raise money to help Inspire Her Foundation to help 200 women under our four pillars of focus, which is domestic violence, financial literacy, career development, and mental health support. And, as women, if you don't fall under all four, because Lord knows I do, you will eventually probably fall under one or maybe a couple of them. So the mission of this particular event is going to be a transformative event aimed to raise money to help us with this initiative. Now, the lineup is going to be amazing because we're going to bring together women leaders, professionals, entrepreneurs, community advocates for a day of inspiration, a day of networking, and a day of empowerment, right? Because we want to help to create a lasting change in the lives of all the women. Now, you may ask, what do we have in store for you? Last year was our first staging, and let me tell you, we're coming back again, bigger and better, right? We have three phenomenal speakers. We have Jenny Hicks. We have Miss Rachel Cardina. She's one of our speakers too. We also have Shauna Mills as our phenomenal speakers, and it's going to be transformative. But we're also going to have thought provoking conversations with some panelists. And our panelist lineups include Devin Godet, Renette Riddle, and Cami Gracier. Now, this diverse lineup of speakers and panelists is going to create that level of transformation for women because once you're in that room, you're going to be able to identify with not just one, but probably a plethora of the ladies that we have on the platform. This event this year is going to be hosted by one no other than Miss Candy J. You've seen her in our posts, you've seen her advocating for our mission. So, she's going to come with that high energy, that vivaciousness, that just to let you know that collaboration over competition is very important within our community of women. We don't need to be that crab in a barrel type of mentality, but there is enough winnings for all of us as queens that if you need to help another queen to fix her crown, nobody needs to know that the crown was even crooked in the first place, right? In addition to that, another thing that we're having this year, where refreshments, of course, is included. It's always going to be included in our ticket sales. But this year we have partnered with a phenomenal photography company that is going to be doing a headshot photo booth, which is going to be great. And we're raffling that off as well if you want to win a photo shoot just for $3. So please buy your tickets. Buy your tickets. The more tickets you buy, the greater you have a chance of winning that photo shoot. We're also going to be having vendors. Now, our vendors are diverse. They're going to be catering to the needs of women, right? Because this is a women's conference after all. And we want you to support, right? We want you to come out. So if you're a vendor and you want to partner with us, if you're a female vendor, contact us. You can reach out to us at info@inspireherfoundation.org, or you can visit our website, www.inspireherfoundation.org. In addition to that, as I said, we have a lot going on. We have entertainment. We have a phenomenal spoken word artist that's going to be gracing us with her amazing presence. So you definitely want to tune in for that. We have prizes and surprises. And to let you know, this event for the first staging, we're going to have a silent auction. So what we're asking is if you're in the community and you would like to contribute to our silent auction to help us to raise money for this, that would be great, right? Because we are seeking persons to partner with us with this silent auction. Whether you have an services, products, whatever it is that you think that women would want, please connect with us because this is for a good cause. And just to share, Inspire Her Foundation, we are a 501c3 tax exempt nonprofit, which means all your donation can be written off, which is great, right? So reach out to us for sure. But our tickets are just $40. For the month of June, we do have a early bird special of $20. Okay. So let me tell you, you want to get your tickets. You want to get your tickets for this event because it is going to be marvelous. We're going to have a whole area of networking and community coming together. We're building a sisterhood. And if you're ever in the need of a sisterhood of like-minded individuals that we're pouring into you because we just want you to be your best self. And that's the purpose of this event. It really came out of a struggle that I experienced when I just migrated here from Jamaica. And it was my way of giving back to the community because I was homeless with my 4-year-old son. And women rallied around me, strangers rallied around me to help me. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, I want to give back as much as I can. And this particular event helps us to do so by helping women in the community who need sisterhood, who need togetherness, who need networking opportunity, who need that boost in their spirit to say, hey, I can do this no matter what is happening in my life. By the grace of God, I can do this. And that's what Tea and Transformation is all about.
And I love that too. I love your whole energy, by the way. Your vibe is so perfect. It's just like I can see your passion flowing through you as you are talking about this event. But the name of the events, the collaboration over competition, I really want to emphasize on that. So, why is that so passionate for you, for women to collaborate instead of competing?
Why it's so important? Mainly it's because last year's theme was empowering women through connection, right? Because in connecting, we are able to grow throughout the transformation experience. And for me, I was going through a transformation in my personal life. Having left my marriage, I was in an abusive marriage. I became a shell of myself. I did not even recognize who I was to my core. And my community, and when I say community, I'm referring to people who have known me well over a decade. So they know the Kadian pre my son, right?
Mhm.
They know the Kadian because I became a different Kadian after my son, and that's a fact. And they will tell you. But the assertiveness that I had before, I lost it. I lost the love for myself. and I lost the essence of my light. I allowed other persons being threatened by my light to allow me to now dim my light into this small bottle to appease them because their darkness was so much for them that my light was intimidating. And
Mhm.
through that experience and going through therapy, and that's why I'm a big advocate of therapy, through going through therapy and helping me to reconnect and basically reconnect myself to the person I was before this abusive marriage, that we don't need to compete, because my spouse felt like I was competing with them.
Mhm.
And there was no competition because we're not even in the same lane. You know what I mean? We're all in
Mhm.
different lanes based on our experiences, based on our childhood trauma, based on our educational level and our value system and our morals. So, with that
Mhm.
being said, that whole experience came out that when we were putting together Teen Transformation this year, it was a no-brainer. Like, as women, we need to come together and collaborate more than compete, because I find that women tend to feel like if it is that you're in either a similar industry or space as them, or you're going up for something similar, that we need to compete, but we don't. We
Mhm.
don't. If it is that we collaborate, there's enough winnings for all of us, right?
Mhm.
There is. Like Rachel, you and I have collaborated on so many um activities, and it's never been a competition, because guess what? I can never take your life, you can never take mine, right?
That part.
But if
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is that we can love ourselves enough that we can serve the community, it's not
Mhm.
much about, okay, what I can take from you, what I can take from you, but when it comes to us, is how can I help you, how can I serve you? And you ask me the same thing. If we collaborate more and come together, we will have a greater community of sisterhood than no other. I think that we can even help solve world peace.
Yes, I love that. Your answer was right on point. And I can also second that too. Like working with you, Katie, and I just have so much fun working with you because, they always say that you'll always need a team to make things happen. And you can't get to the next level unless you have someone to help build you up. Like it's really like that. I wish people really understand that?
Right. And I think this event, like I asked all my speakers to align their speeches around the theme, right?
Mhm.
Collaboration over competition. And they have some stories to tell, let me tell you. And I'm excited for the greater audience to hear it, because I
Mhm.
know they're going to connect. Last year, tears were shed, you know,
Mhm.
Kleenex were passed around the room, that we know God was in that room. And it was
Mhm.
really to create a safe space for women to have those conversations that we're unable to have as a sisterhood. For whatever reason, it seems as if it's taboo, but we're able to can talk about some hard experiences that we're having in a safe space, a judgmental space, that we're not competing against each other. Okay, you need this particular support. Okay, how can I help you? You're needing this job. Okay, this person has this opening. Do you want to apply? Okay, you're going through this abusive marriage or relationship. All right, fine. Let's speak to this person that can help you to love yourself more, because it
Right.
really starts with inner self love. And the minute I lost self love, I think that was the moment that my spirit almost died. Okay.
Mhm.
My spirit almost died. And if it wasn't for my son, like, he helped to reignite that
Mhm.
fire in moments where I felt so alone, that God came and he reminded me that, listen, you are not alone. I'm always with you. But in those moments where you cannot see my presence. You cannot feel my presence. This boy is my gift to you. Okay. And that helped to reignite that fire that, you know what? If you're threatened by my light, then that's a you problem. Because
Mhm.
I'm not trying to do anything to you. I'm just trying to live life and help as much as I can. And that's just my mission. That's why I always ask people, how can I help? How can
Yeah.
I help? Because for me, I think God put me on this earth to serve. How can I
Mhm.
serve?
Mhm. That's what we're
And that's where
supposed to
that,
do.
right?
Yeah. We're supposed to serve each other. That's actually when you start feeling God's presence in your life a whole lot more, is when
Yes.
you embrace him and then you start, helping people through the way that he helped you. Showing people that they do have a purpose, that you can help them, that strangers are actually like some of your greatest assets in your life. I mean,
Amen.
you're talking about your story, about your journey from Jamaica to here. You had to meet with complete strangers in order for your life to change. And thank God for them, because those people helped you be the awesome person that you are.
Right? And let me tell you, these are strangers. And it is one thing you know about Jamaicans, we don't trust nobody. And that's not because of any reason, but that's just because of our system and
Hmm.
what you're exposed to, and God really came down and no man is an island. And I had to
Hmm.
learn that. It was a very humbling experience for me because prior to going through that level of hardship, because in Jamaica, like as I've shared in another interview, I have my houses and I have my cars and I had my good job and I had money in the bank. My son was going to a private school. Like, we were middle to upper echelon society. We were good. And then having migrated to Jamaica to America and be homeless, no money, no
Hmm.
car, walking to the laundromat with all our luggages to go do
Yeah.
laundry and all of that experience. And my son walking to school, mommy, it's so cold. And his nose was so red while we are walking in the very cold, like 40, 30 degrees weather to school because we couldn't afford transportation to get to school. We had to walk.
Hmm.
Those experiences. And when I look back to Colin now, we're driving, he said, mommy, do you remember when we didn't have platinum? That's the name of my car, by the way, platinum.
Platinum.
Right? You remember when we didn't have platinum and we were walking, and he can even share his own story. And it was very humbling to share. And that women came, like, I'll never forget Miss Fraser. And I was always shout out to her. And I want to say that she's going to be a vendor at our events. You got to check her out. She offers therapy services. And I'm gonna put, well, if you follow our page on Instagram
Yes.
and Facebook and LinkedIn on our website, you will definitely see her on our pages. But we're gonna post her and highlight her. But Miss Fraser was actually an integral woman in my journey, and I've never shared this before, and I feel so inclined to share it now. And it was such an honor when she said she wants to be a vendor at this event to showcase her support and her services. And I was in tears because I remember when we were on the verge of being put out and I had nowhere to go and I didn't know what to do and new to Texas and the services that they had to offer and kind of struggling in pre-K because his he was advanced because he coming from Jamaica, he was in kindergarten
Hmm.
because he skipped a grade. So he was in kindergarten as a 3-year-old and
Hmm.
coming to Texas now, having to go to pre-K 4 when they're just
Hmm.
learning to write letters and he's already reading and writing. So, of course, he became bored in class. So he was acting out because
Hmm.
he was bored. And the teacher that he had was just not I don't think she was serving him in the best way that she could based on where he was at. And Miss
Hmm.
Fraser, coupled with the fact that we were going through that level of abuse and kind of acting out and me not knowing what to do, me breaking down, and she
Hmm.
now decided, she counseled me as a parent. She showed me how to be a better version of myself, even in the midst of this struggle. And that was hard for me because remember, I never was exposed to this level of struggle before.
Right.
So I was losing it. And she poured into me so much so that the school that Connor now attends is because she connected me to it because they have a robust curriculum which will challenge his academic excellence and
Yeah.
help him to be the best version of himself. That helped me. She connected me to resources that will help me to avoid the shelter because
Hmm.
she said, you do not want to go to a shelter with your son because what you're going to be exposed to is going to be very traumatic, even more than what you're going through now.
Yeah.
And I remember crying in her office. I relinquished this armor because anybody who knows me, even when I'm
Hmm.
going through things, you'll never really know what I'm going through. I always have this armor. I'm always good. I'm always smiling, but I let it go. I sh-
Hmm.
I felt so safe to show her my vulnerability. And that's
Yeah.
when I started to say there is strength in your vulnerability. A
Yeah.
lot of women tend to feel like being vulnerable is a weakness, but it's
Hmm.
not. It is a level of strength to be able to can identify with that emotion and not just go through it, but grow through it. That is a blessing. And all of that came full circle with the theme collaboration over competition because she never competed with me. She never belittled me. She
Hmm.
poured into me and then she helped me to collaborate with other women within the community to help me, little immigrant, me and Connor, who she didn't know to be
Yeah.
the best version of herself. So much so that now she's partnering with us.
That's amazing. That's a
Yes,
blessing. Yes,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, to give her a shout out, her accolades. Thank you for helping Katie and Connor because you know what? You really helped some of my best friends. I'm just saying. So, yes, I'm gonna put it out there. You're one of my best friends. So,
Yes,
it's just one of those things where, you just gotta be thankful that God connects the dots in everything that we do. And I think ever since you and I connected, like the dots have been aligning in such a straight direction. And no matter what happens in our lives, we're still right there on track with each other. But
right?
and it's been a beautiful journey so far. It's been a beautiful, beautiful journey. So, for our viewers out there and for the viewers that are going to see this on your channel as well, can you please tell them where they can get a ticket for this absolutely amazing event?
Well, I'm just going to tell you jump over to our website. Our website is www.inspireherfoundation.org. And on our homepage, you're going to see the flyer, right? And then to the right of our flyer, you're going to see that link. Just click the link. It's going to bring you to Eventbrite. You can book your ticket there. You don't want to book your ticket to Eventbrite? You can, if you're a vendor, you can always email us at info@inspireherfoundation.org
Mhm.
or a sponsor. Sorry, guys. I do want to say that we are in need of vendors and sponsors, right? If you're unable to sponsor financially, you can sponsor in kind. We are seeking event decor, right? Right now, we're actually seeking a location in Arlington.
Mhm.
Suffice to say, this event is going to be in Arlington. And if you have a location that we can partner with, that will be great. Reach out to us. That will be phenomenal. We're also seeking food sponsors, brunch sponsors. We're seeking rose sponsors. We're also, as I said, we have a lot going on and we need support. We're going to have a DJ in the house that's going to be playing phenomenal music. So you're going to be able to connect. And I do want to say that our dress code is purposeful in purple. So it is a formal event. So come out in your best dress, best suit,
Mhm.
purple, because it represents purposeful. It represents royalty. And I always say we're all queens. So
Mhm.
come out in your purple. Okay. We're also on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Our LinkedIn and Facebook name is Inspire Her Foundation. And
Mhm.
on Instagram, it is that at sign Inspire Her Foundation org. But if
Mhm.
you jump over to our website,
You go to all of it.
www.inspireherfoundation.org, to make it easy for you, all the links are there. So you ain't even got to worry. You don't even have to remember it. Just go click that link to jump over to our website. We are in need of donation. Okay. Our goal is to raise $10,000 so we can help 200 women under mental health, financial literacy, domestic violence prevention and awareness, and career
Mhm.
development. If you are a community leader or advocate under any of these pillars and you want to partner with us to help provide these services to these women, reach out to us. You can also email me at info@inspireherfoundation.org. Pretty easy, right? Everything is inspireherfoundation.org.
Yes, we kept it uniform on purpose because we want y'all to find us. So we're gonna make sure that them first nine links are all us. For sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I do want to thank you, Katie, for your time. I really enjoyed this interview, as I do with all of our interviews. But I think every time I interview you, I always learn something new. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm telling you, for my viewers out there, Kadian's absolutely amazing. Please go follow the Inspire Her Foundation and all that she's doing to help empower women through the collaborations that she does. We host events. She does we do in-person events, we do online classes. We always are accepting new members for the organization. We like volunteers, we like sponsors. If you feel like something's called you to help other women, this is probably the cause for you, for sure. So, everybody, this concludes our interview for tonight. Bye.
Bye.